Hello students, now we'll discuss the physics 21st January shift 1 paper. So we'll see the questions one by one. So let us take a question. In a circuit, there is a battery with internal resistance R, EMF internal resistance R, and which is connected to the external load resistance R. Find the value of R so that maximum power dissipated across this resistor. So what's the power formula? Maximum power dissipated here. So if I amount of current is passing through the circuit, if I amount of current is passing through this resistance, what's the power dissipated across that resistor? Power equal to I square R, we know that. So to know the maximum power dissipated for what value of R, we need to find out the power first. For that, what we have to know? Current I drawn from the battery. What's the current I? So potential difference divided by total effective resistance R and R in series, R plus R. So that is the I equal to E by R plus R. Substitute this value here, what you get here? E by R plus R whole square into R. From here we get E square R divided by R plus R whole square. So now power equal to E square R, A plus B whole square, A square plus B square plus 2AB. So now bring this R to here, we get E square, R square by R square by R, 2R R by R cancel, we get plus 2R. So ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಪವರ್ ಗೆ ಆರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೌ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್? ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್, ಸೊ dp by dr should be equal to 0. ಸೊ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಪವರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಪವರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅದು ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಟು ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಹಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್, ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ 0. ಸೊ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿ ಬೈ ಡಿ ಆರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಬೈ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2r should be 0. From here d by dr of r plus 1, d by dr of r square d by dr of 1 by r will get minus 1 by r square d by dr of 2r. Our internal resistance constant na? So differentiation of constant 0 equal to 0. From here, if that goes at 1 equal to r square by r square, minus will become plus, it comes here, r square equal to r square. From here we got r equal to r. So for maximum power dissipation, capital R equal to small r ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಪವರ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವೇರ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0. So that point will get the minimum value. So that will we find out this concept we can use it in the application of derivatives. First question, a R equal to R. Next we'll go for a second one. See the next question. The refractive index of the prism is √2. What should be the angle of incidence for the light rays such that the emerging ray grazes over the surface? This is a very important question. So refractive index of the prism is mu equal to √2. So now what should be the angle of incidence for the incident ray? So such that the emergent ray will be grazes over the surface. Itara graze agi hogutte. So first incident ray. So this is the normal. This is the angle of incidence. Then it will refract like this. Then this is R1. Then for this normal, then this is the R2, this is the angle of emergence. So grazes andre angle of emergence, how much it will become? 90 degree it will become. For normal it will become 90. Now apply the sense law for two equations, we will get the answer. First one, here air is there, here prism is there. Next here also air is there. So here this is a 1 2 1 you take. So now we can take from Snell's law. First this to apply n1 sin I equal to n2 sin r1. Next one, n2 sin r2 equal to n1 sin e. Sin e andre sin 90. Okay. So you have to two equations. So from here what we have to get? Angle of incidence I value ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಬೇಕು. So mu equal √2. From the prism I already know that this angle A, how much they given? 90 degree. From here r1 plus r2 equal to 90. r1 plus r2 equal to A. We know that r1 plus r2 equal a. r1 plus r2 value is to 90 degree. These are the given condition. Mu √3 r1 plus r2 90 from the given diagram. So by using these two things, we have to solve this. So mu means here how much? Prism to n2. So n2 equal √2. Substitute here n1, refractive index of the air 1 into sin I equal to n2 how much? √2 into sin r1. So to get the I value, we need to know the r1 value. R1 value will get it from here. How we can get, if we get the R2, substitute here, we'll get the R1. So R2 got N2 how much? Root 2 sine R2, N1 how much? Here 1 sine 91. From here, sine R2 equal to 1 by root 2. R2 value is to 45 degree. Substitute this R2 value here. So when you substitute here, R1 plus 45 degree equal to 90 degree, R1 equal to 45 degree, 90 minus 45, 45 degree. So now substitute this thing here, sine I equal to root 2 into sine 45, sine 45 equal to 1 by root 2 to cancel, sine I equal to 1, now I value equal to 90 degree. So now if the incident ray comes like this with grazing, then emergent ray also will graze like this. So this is how it should happen. So angle I equal to 90 degree. So this is the direct question we already know. If the incident ray comes like this, then it will graze out like this for the equilateral prism with the 90 degree angle of prism. With the direct question, you can directly take 90 or you solve and we can prove it. Right? Next we go for the next question. See the next question. A block of mass m is rest with respect to the hollow cylinder. A block of mass m is rest with respect to the hollow cylinder because when it is rotating, this is also moving with respect to this. But both are moving with respect to ground. But with respect to cylinder, this is at the rest. With respect to cylinder, it is at the rest, which is rotating with angular speed omega. Radius of the cylinder is r. Find the minimum coefficient of the friction between block and cylinder. Here you see what are the forces are acting on this body. Suppose when it is rotating like this, with respect to us, it is rotating, but this block with respect to this not moving. So this block is at rest with respect to this frame of reference of cylinder. Okay, now so while it is rotating like this is attached to, it is going like this. Here force will act. What type of force will act here? So while anything is revolving around center, here centrifugal force will act. So centrifugal force, and to balance this we will have the normal reaction. So from here we can say, so normal reaction is balancing the centrifugal force because this is at the rest with respect to the cylinder. So horizontal forces are balanced each other. So next one, vertical forces, what is acting now? So here mass mg, weight will act to balance this because of the normal reaction. Here what will act here? Friction will act. So from this friction, so this friction equal balancing the mg, that's why this block will be at the rest. The second force which is balancing is friction equal to mg. From here what they are asking, minimum coefficient of friction. Friction equal to how much? mu into n equal to m into g. From here I want the n value. So what is n value? N equal to fc. Centrifugal force how much? So m or centrifugal force, m or omega square. M or omega square is the normal reaction which is balancing the centrifugal force. Now substitute this one here. So mu into m or omega square equal to m into g. M cancel, mu equal to g by r omega square. We got the minimum coefficient of friction equal to g by r omega square. Because this is the minimum it can apply, f minimum, because f can be greater than mg also. F can be greater than mg also. Minimum how much it can apply is, so that will balance that. So mu minimum equal to g by r square. Actually f will be greater than or equal to mg, we can write to balance that. Equal to mg is the minimum value. Greater than also it can be at the rest only. If f balances mg, it will be rest. If f greater than mg also, it will be at the rest only, because friction more acting this mg is there, still it will be at the rest only. So that is the reason why minimum coefficient of friction should apply is g by r omega square. Which option is correct? Option B is correct. So see the next question. Keeping the significant figures in view, the sum of the physical quantities of 50.01, 153.2 and 0.123 meters. For this question, you no need to add and find out the value. See, all the questions, all the answers are related to 205, 205, 205, which means if you add all these sums, definitely you will get this answer 205.333. But that is not answer you have to give, because in addition, out of these three, which is having the least number of values after decimal point. So this is only having the least one. So this is only you have to consider. So least number. So least number after decimal point, how many numbers are there? Only one digit is there. So only one digit is there. One digit is only there. So that only have to restrict. Out of these options, which is having the one digit restriction, this only option is the correct. Don't go for the C option. So in addition, you have to go for the least number of the digits after the fraction point. For the multiplication, you have to go for the out of these three, which is having the least number of significant figures for the multiplication. So for addition, we have to go for the digits after fraction, least digits after fraction. Okay. So now the option correct. So very simple question. Next one. A diatomic gas gamma equal 1.4 does 100 joule of work in an isobaric expansion. The heat given to the system. So by using the thermodynamic first law. So what is the heat energy delta Q given equal to some amount of energy will done work, some amount of will be utilized for increasing its internal energy of the first law of thermodynamics. So we know that delta W equal to P into delta V plus delta U equal to half NF of NF or delta T. So from here P into delta V from the ideal gas equation P into V nRT P into delta V nR into delta T from off into N into for the diatomic gas what is the degrees of freedom? We know the degrees of freedom for the is 5 into R delta T. From here what we can take common? So nR delta T we can take common, we will get 1 plus 5 by 2 we got. So now we got 1 plus 5 by 2. 7 by 2 nR delta T. We know that how much amount of work is done here? The amount of work done here equal to 100 joules. So 100 joule equal to P into delta V 100 joules. P into delta V nothing but nR delta T. How much? 100 joules. Substitute this thing here. So we'll get 7 by 2 into 100. 2 1 are 250 are 5 7 are 35. So 350 joules of heat energy is given to the system. Which option is correct? Option A correct for this question. So we can easily do this question. So find the magnetic field due to the current I flowing in this circuit at the center C. Magnetic field you have to find. Here you see how many cases are there. One is semi-infinity wire. Up to here. From here again it is a semi-infinity wire. Then circular wire. So due to the semi-infinity wire, magnetic field is outward. So B net equal to B1 outward. Next due to this circular loop it is inward. So plus B2 inward. Okay. So B2 inward. B2 inward. Next one. Due to the semi-infinity wire again magnetic field outward. So B3 again outward. So we can do one thing. These two outward things you can subtract with inward, or inward thing you can subtract with outward, anything. I think circle loop creates a more magnetic field. So from this inward magnetic field I will subtract the remaining thing. So what is the B2 value? Mu naught due to circular loop. Mu naught I by 2R, we know that. Next B1 B3. What is the from the B1? So subtract minus B1 plus B3. So what is the B1 value? Due to semi-infinity wire, mu naught by 4 pi into I by R. So mu naught by 4 pi into I by R, mu naught by 4 pi into I by R plus mu naught by 4 pi into I by R. So we got here finally mu naught I by 2R minus 2 times of mu naught I by 4 pi into R. 2 1 jar 2 2 jar. Take the mu naught I by 2R common, we will get 1 minus 1 by pi. So this is the net magnetic field which is in the inward direction or outward, anything you can take, it depends upon the value. So whichever is the dominating, so that will have that direction will have either inward or outward. If the B2 dominating B1 plus B3, then it will be inward. B1 plus B3 value dominating B2, it will be outward. It depends upon the value. So which option is satisfying? mu naught I by 2R into 1 minus 1 pi is the correct answer for this question. Very simple. See the next question. The terminal velocity of spherical ball of the radius 6 mm in a liquid as 20 centimeter per second. Find the terminal velocity of the ball of 3 mm radius in the same liquid they are asking. So terminal speed for the body if it is going in the fluid. So what is the terminal speed will acquire? V terminal. So we know the formula for V terminal equal to 2 by 9 R square G by neta into sigma minus rho. Okay. So they are telling spherical ball is same and same liquid they are saying. So sigma minus rho. So same ball, same liquid, this will be constant. 2 by 9 constant. Same liquid means neta constant and G also constant. So Vt proportional to R square. So spherical ball of the radius, one is 6 mm, next one is 3 mm. Same spherical ball, different radius. Okay, proportional to R square. We get Vt2 by Vt1 equal to R2 square by R1 square. R2 is to radius of 3 square divided by R1 6 square. We get 3 by 6 whole square and we got a 1 by 4 answer. Now from here, well, terminal velocity of 2 equal 1 by 4 into velocity of terminal 1. Now how much terminal 1? Speed 20 by 4. We got it as a 5 centimeter per second. So it's a very easy question, direct formula based question we can easily answer. Simple board question. So CET question they asked in the JEE Mains. See the next question. A particle executing simple harmonic motion has an angular frequency 176 radian per second, and omega equal to 176 radian per second, and they are asking the frequency of simple harmonic oscillator F. Very simple. It's a board question. Omega, what is the formula? 2 pi f equal to 176. F equal to 176 by 2 pi. 176 2 pi 2 into 3.14. Approximately we can take 6. You take approximately 6 2 jar 12 56 56 andre 6 9 jar approximately 29 is coming under, which is the nearest value 28. So 28 is the correct answer. So 30 seconds you can solve this question. Very easy question, very dummy question, very dummy question. See now, width of the river is 200 meters. So let us take the river. So width of the river is 200 meters and flowing with a velocity. So this is flowing with a velocity of the river is 10 meter per second with respect to ground. So then when they don't mention, it's going with respect to ground. So a boat that can move with the speed of 20 meter per second with respect to river. So velocity of the boat with respect to river is 20 meter per second and wants to cross the river in minimum time. So if this boat wants to cross this river in minimum time, it should go like this in straight. Just try to go like this. Because of the river flow, it will reach like this. So if boat is trying to go like this, velocity of the boat with respect to river, if it's going like this, because of this river flow, then it will reach like this in the minimum time, because of the flow will support the boat to move faster and it will reach the other point in very less time. In the minimum time it will go. So this time so then displacement along the river. So how much displacement? When you tries to go like this, you have to reach like this. But ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿವರ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಇಂದ. ಈ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು why this displacement happened? Because of the velocity of the river flow into time taken to reach from here to here. So velocity of the river flow we know that 10 into time taken we don't know up to here to here. So when boat is moving like this, how much your time is taken from go from here to here in vertical direction? Same time is required to go in horizontal direction. Time to cross river in vertical direction and horizontal is same, because when it's going like this, because of the river flow it is shifted like this. So vertical travel ku horizontal travel ku same time. So vertical travel mark extra time ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು horizontal ಅಷ್ಟೇ time ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Time find out for vertical travel. To travel from here to here, how much time is taken? Time equal to velocity of the boat with respect to river by distance. Time equal to distance by velocity of the boat with respect to river. Distance is to 200, velocity of the boat with respect to river how much? 20. We got how much? 10 seconds we got. So 10 seconds, in 10 seconds this boat is going from here to here. So here to here it is going and it is traveling along the vertical direction, horizontal. So vertical ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು, horizontal ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕೀ 10 ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So 10 into 10, how much you got? 100 meters. So what is the shift here? How much shift is happened here? 100 meter shift is happened for this boat. So next, so that's all memory based questions for the JEE Main physics shift 2. So now we'll come for the next session. Thank you.